Hello, good morning. Saturday morning, bright and breezy. I thought I might just put together some frames, and I thought while doing it I might just pass on little bits of intel which I've learnt over the years of doing this little project. What I find really helpful is, first of all, they usually come in a pack like that, and with nails like that. These are usually about 19mm or quite long. I tend to find they're a bit too long, and once you make the frame and you nail it at the bottom, the nail sticks out of the bottom. So I've also got some 15mm pins, tacks here, which are also very useful. So I use a combination of the two. Let's be honest, it doesn't really matter, but I do know that when you use the long ones, the nail sticks out the bottom and you end up scratching yourself all the time. So that's the reason I do it this way. And well, that's it really. So I'll try and talk you through how I bash them together. Okay, I was trying to operate with one hand, but I think we're in now. Tear all this off. So this is the sort of stuff to expect in here. You get these things, which go at each end, one at each side of each frame, and then you get these things, which are just toppers, if you like, for want of a better word. And then somewhere you get something that looks like this. So that's the basis of what you require. Now, come a bit wider. On this thing here, there's two bits. One of them will be loose. So that you snap off and put to the one side. And then, trying to do this with one hand, position that in there, groove on the inside, that one there, groove on the inside. You might need to whack it with a mallet, which I've got here. Quick tap, quick tap. That's that. Ignoring this one for now, take one of these long ones and position it across the back. Again, would benefit from being bashed with the mallet. Here it is. Bash, bash. That's the basis of the frame. At this point, we then, or this is the way I do it, insert the wax. You can put all the other bits together first, then it doesn't want to thread very nicely. So do this half first, if you want my vote, and I'll show you how I do that in a moment. Okay, one sheet of wax with wires running through it. What I try to do is have the 3 loops, if you can see those, at the bottom. And what I'll do is bend those over. Again, trying to do this with one hand. Put it there. 1, 2, 3. Bend them over, usually on the side that's not got the wire on, but it doesn't matter. And then this is going to be hard with one hand. Let this thread down into that gap. Easy with 2 hands, I can assure you. There we go. Anyway, I'll cut when that's in. Okay, that's in place. Now we get the bit that we snapped off, and that positions like that on top of the wires that we've nicely bent forward. So, I mean, this will be impossible with one hand, but this is where the 15mm pins come in. Going to bash 3. One where the wire meets there, one where the wire meets there, and one where the wire meets there. Okay, 15mm nails are in, so that's nice and secure. Now I'm going to find the last bit of wood which comes with it, which then I'm going to fit in this hole. Again, I'm going to struggle with one hand. Let's give that a try. Oh, there we go, not bad. Hit it with the mallet, 1 second. If you want to be really fussy, you could put it on its end like that and just give it another bash to get everything nice and flush. Doesn't matter too much. So that's that. And then last but not least, we need to put 4 nails in, or tacks, or whatever they're called. This is where you use the longer ones. If I use the short ones, it only just fits in there and it's a bit rubbish. So far better to use a longer one, which are these ones here. And I knot one in there on the flat side, which will go as far as that. Turn it over, one in there, and then on the same side, just to keep it neat, one in at the top there, which holds all that together, one in the top there, like that. I'll come back when that's done. So there we go, that's one finished frame. 2 nails there, 1, 2, 2 on the other side, 1, 2. Bit of wire sticking out the bottom, just there, don't worry about that. You could bend it over if you can be bothered, which I don't. Also, I noted that if you stick the nails in just there, when you pull this, it's secure. The first batch I ever did, I put the nail in there on the top and it did next to nothing. So don't do that. Bash the nail into the side and then repeat. As I say, wire at the bottom, I just leave that or bend it over and that's fine. Last bit of information, not to forget, again, a mistake I've made is if you're going to store these away in your shed or your garage or wherever they're going to go, don't store them laid down like that, because over time the wax will bend and distort and they'll all be bow shaped. So always store them vertically and it keeps them nice and neat. Also, they always say try and make these ahead of when you need them, but not years ahead. So it's no point making them in October for next summer, but around about now, we know it's going to be going on the hive in the next month or so, because the wax does tend to go a bit more brittle, whereas when it's fresh like that, the bees love it. Okay, that's it.